that you always do in the morning. That is good morning. Even if it is night, say good morning. Right? Alright, how many of you are excited today? Even if you are not, you have to raise hand. Alright, so what I'm going to talk about is a topic which is very close to my heart, which is about mentoring. More than the topic, what is close to me are the people who are those mentors in my life. Right? Anybody wants to take a wild guess at what a mentor means? What the term mentor means?
He's
Anybody?
a coach. He's basically a coach.
Coach, okay.
So who has been there and who can help us?
Okay. Who can help you? Alright.
Removes barrier.
Okay, removes the barrier. Somebody said that, right?
Somebody giving directions.
Somebody giving directions.
He
right?
asks questions and the answers are supposed to come from the mentee himself or herself.
Okay. Barriers, questions, helps, coaches. Anything else? Anything else?
Positive force.
Positive force. Very nice. Alright. Good.
Who gives you something which was not in your speech?
Helps you with something extra. Helps you. Takes you to the next level. Brilliant. Wonderful. Alright, let's be honest and tell me how many of you have mentors? Just 1 second. It is not working. That's okay.
It's working.
It's working? Okay. Alright. Wonderful. It's working? Nice. Good. How many of you have mentors? A show of hands, please. Quickly. What happened to the rest of you? You don't have mentors? No worries. Keep your hands up in the air, those who raise their hands. How many of you reach out to your mentors? If you reach out to your mentors, keep your hands up in the air or put your hands in the air. Good number. Somebody raised the hand. Now you will reach out to a mentor. I don't have a mentor. So you reach out to your mentors. Good. What about the ones who do not have mentors? Would anybody want to share? Why don't you have a mentor? Feel free.
Normally when I give a speech, I say like 3-4 days.
3-4 days in advance. Time shortage.
Yeah, just time to communicate with them so I don't probably have questions.
But you assign a mentor.
I'm saying,
But you don't reach out.
yes.
That's okay. Just because of time shortage. Fair enough. I had a similar problem. How about you, Mandy?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have the same mentors?
He prefer 3 days before, I take last night.
Last day. Fair enough. Brilliant. 3 days, 1 day before. Alright. Anybody else who does not have a mentor? You do not have a mentor. You don't know who your mentor is.
Yes.
You can choose your mentor.
I'm Toastmasters, I'm only guest. So,
Who says only Toastmasters can have a mentor? You can always have a mentor. So let me share a small story about my life and probably derive a point which will help you there. So I started as my public speaking, so it's been 8 years I'm into public speaking professionally. So I started my public speaking career when I was in 4th standard. That was the first time I went on stage. A small kid wearing a white shirt, maroon shorts, ankle size high socks, maroon tie. I was called on stage for the first time. There was an allocution competition in my school and I said yes, I will participate. I prepared with my dad, wrote a speech on India of my dreams. That was the topic which we had. Brilliant speech which my dad wrote for me. I crammed the speech and they announced Alok Mehta on stage. And a small fellow walks on stage. I go to the center stage. There's a mic in front of me. I shiver. I quiver. Sweaty palms. I could only see blank, dark screen in front of my eyes. All the 150 people, but I could not see any of them. Could manage 2 lines. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, I have forgotten my speech. Thank you. You see, everything was fine till then. But what was not fine was what followed afterwards. That was a night of crying. As kids, when you fail, it's very difficult to handle those failures. So I was crying. My dad walks to my room and he said, you know what, it's okay to fail. Dad's a stage artist by passion. Yeah. We always wanted to do his passion full time, but he could not because of the responsibilities in family. So he knows how it is to fail on stage. So he came to me and said, that's okay. I have faced similar situations in my life. It's fine. I said, okay, like dad saying so. For a couple of days he made sure I'm fine, made me eat the good food which I like. Somebody does not like food. I love food. I come from Gujarat, so that speaks for itself and my tummy too. But I loved food. Right? So he took me out, everything was fine. Next year I participated again. He said, you know what? You were short again. 5th class. This time the shorts were changed to blue because school changed their uniform. Yeah, so I went on stage. The shorts were still there. I went on stage. This time I forgot my speech. Absolutely blank. Same thing again. Yeah? This time I could not even manage any line. I quivered, I stirred, swallowed the spit on the way and could not even manage a thank you. Went off. They applauded. I don't know why. The applause is still there in my mind. Went home. Same thing followed. I cried 2 nights. Again, dad came in the hall. You know what? It's okay. Took me out. Had good food. Everything was fine. 6th standard. This time it was better. Now the shorts had changed to pants in our 6th class. It was better. I felt more confident. Went on stage. This time I could open my speech brilliantly. 2 lines. Everybody thought this guy is going to crack the competition. 2 lines. Superb. The next line is, and thank you very much. And I got it. So that has become a normal routine for 3 years. Yeah? In the 7th class when my dad told me you have to participate, I said no. I am absolutely, definitely, genuinely scared. I can't go on stage. Sorry, no. That's it. Why not? You have to go on stage. So he forced me. Yeah. Because he saw something in me where I was talking to people I used to enjoy talking. But I did not realize it. My dad said, you have to go. Go. I said, one more failure. That's the attitude I had. 7th class I went, same story followed. This time half the way, the progress was there. From no speaking to half the way for speech, forgetting the speech. And then I went off and my dad told me, you know what, you are an excellent speaker. I failed 4 years in a row. My dad would hit me. He would say, you know what, you nonsense fellow, you're just making my name go here and there. Because he good name, you know. I mean, imagine a son of a passionate artist coming on stage. People are looking up to him individually. It's the baap natak karta hai, you bhi natak karega. That's the... You understand, right? Anybody who does not follow Hindi? If you don't follow Hindi, ask the person on the left and the right. But, so that's what the expectation. And every time I used to feel, you know what, I'm taking the expectation to the next level. Everybody's looking up to me and I'm failing over and over again, and that fear of failure was there within me. So 7th standard, I failed. And I decided not to go on stage ever again in my life. Be it anything. Be it anything, I decided. That beautiful saying is there, na, Bhaiya tumse na ho paega. That is the feeling which I had inside me. Tumse na ho. Right? 8th class, there was a debate competition in the school, very local level. And dad said, why not give it a shot? It's not happening on stage, you're not going on stage, it's happening in classroom. Give it a shot. I gave it a shot and it clicked. Yeah. He said, why not contest this time also? I said, okay. If he's saying so, for his happiness, let me contest. So for his happiness, I contested, and this time he made sure. The 4 years I had made certain mistakes, which I did not realize. Which I had never realized, the mistakes that I had made in those 4 years where I failed. My dad made sure I do not make those mistakes in the 8th class, and I became the state champion in 8th class. Do not forget my speech. So the achievement for me was finishing the speech. The results was absolutely not in my favor. I said absolutely till the conclusion. The happiness that I had was even, I'm like, done. I finished my speech. Yeah, and I became the state champion. 9th class, state champion. 10th class, state champion. 11th class, state champion. 12th class, state champion. 5 years in a row. I was there 5 years in a row. That applause is not for me. The applause is for the mentor for life, and that was my father. That's a mentor. If I ask you how many of you have a mentor, all your hands should go up, because you know what? The best mentors you can have in your life are the parents whom you have learned from. Okay, you just give them terms in Toastmasters, saying a mentor. So next time somebody asks you, do you have a mentor in life? You know what? Let me ask you a few questions. Do you know how to walk? Yes? Does everybody know how to walk?
Yes.
Does everybody know how to eat?
Yes.
Does everybody know how to wash?
Yes.
You learned it from your mother. So you have a mentor who taught you the most integral things in your life. You know how to brush? Did you know on the first day how to brush? Your mom took the brush in your mouth and she swiveled around in your mouth, right? Today, if somebody tells you wake up, brush, do you need your mother? That's what mentor does. That's what who a mentor is. First day forces you, keeps on going, does not give up on you till the time you are self-sufficient and efficient to brush effectively. Be it life, be it a speech. Right? So how many of you mentor people here? How many of you mentor? You're mentors to people. Yeah? Good. How many of you reach out to your mentees? So there are two things in a mentor and a mentee, right? A receiver, a sender and a receiver. It could be either of the people at any of the time. Right? First and the foremost thing, whenever somebody comes to Toastmasters, I'll share instances from my life, right? So I started Toastmasters. And there is always one thing which I believe in life. By the time we grow up, we fall for a trap. And the trap is that we grow up. Yeah, we grow up. That's why we don't reach out. So what stops us? Yeah? Remember your first day in Toastmasters? Or anywhere you are stuck? Is something which stops you from reaching out to your mentor. Right? So the moment I joined Toastmasters was way back in 2013. 1st of October 2013 I became a member. A good Joe, right? So I wanted to save a few bucks of September. I said, yeah, I don't want to pay. It's only half the month. So $3, so $6 I pay from October. And so that's how I started. That's how my mindset was, okay? I used to work for Wipro then. Whosoever works for Wipro, the salary structure. Not Nitin is an exception. So I went to Wipro, Toastmasters Club, and people were there seated. So my experience before joining Toastmasters was a professional anchor. So I picked up the professional speaking journey. I became a professional anchor, did shows for Rajasthan Royals, Radio Mirchi, Dance India Dance, Ahmedabad edition, right? I did a lot of things and that excited me. Got shortlisted to IPL top 6, did not have 10 lakhs to pay, that's a separate story altogether. Yeah? But was there. I thought I arrived in life. I knew it all. And with that attitude, I went to Toastmasters just because a friend said, you know what, it's for public speaking, you would love it. I said, super. Public speaking, boss. I'm the master, let me go. So I went to Toastmasters. People are speaking, people are doing a lot of things. So I came there. Yeah. Master, what will they teach me? First day in Toastmasters, I remember, I went to table topics, I cracked it, I nailed it. And then the other speakers who spoke, I was like, I'm better. You know, there was an MC who was doing that role. So that was me before I joined Toastmasters. And I have absolutely no problem in admitting it. Right? Till the time few months passed in Toastmasters, first month, the contest came in called Humorous Speech Contest. I said I'm good at humor. I participated and I was kicked out in the club contest itself. I was kicked out at the club contest itself because I thought I was humorous. I thought I was humorous. Yeah? So one thing that was stopping me was the first thing. What stops us is acceptance. Accepting that I need to improve in life. First day, I reached out to my mentor and that was DTM Nitin Mehta was assigned to me. Apparently people think Mehta is a father and I'm the son. I'm not 16 years old, but yeah, he is a fatherly figure to me. I'll tell you about that relationship, how it grew as a mentor-mentee relationship. Right? Assigned was DTM Nitin Mehta, we had a Guju connection and things clicked. And he asked me, why did you join Toastmasters? I don't know. I just joined Toastmasters because I like it. And I'm already successful in life. He said, you're not. I said, I'm already successful in life. He said, you're not. I'm already successful in life. He said, if you are, you would be the world champion. I said, he's right. So why did you join Toastmasters? So I found out a goal. Yeah? I found out a goal. Initially, I had a big problem, or the second problem. That was ego, to reach out. I knew it all. I can do it. Why do I need somebody to tell me how to? I can do it, right? Yeah, all of us have that problem. I can do it. I can do it. That's why I don't reach out. Then I miserably fail. I said, okay, happens. They'll still clap. I can still do it. Next time I make the same mistake over and over again. And I fail again. Doing the same thing over and over again, I'm expecting a different result. Will it happen? No. It will not. Absolutely not. Yeah? So that was an ego of not reaching out. That slowly and gradually got sorted out because I failed in the contest. I realized there is always somewhere scope of improvement. Also then I was assigned another mentor because of time crunch and that was DTM Arjun Raj Paras. I don't know how many of you know him, but I hate him. I love him as a person, but I hate him as a mentor. Yeah? Because he's very strict. He's very strict. He asked me, what is it that you want to achieve? These are the questions I've never answered in life until I came to Toastmasters. What is it that you want to achieve? What's your dream? What's your passion? I don't know what I want to achieve. Yeah? So I realized first in the first thing today, what he did with me in the first sitting was setting a goal for myself. Either you are a mentee or a mentor. So I will be talking, this is not a mentor-mentor relationship. I believe it's a mentor-mentor relationship. There is nobody who is a mentee. Sometimes you are the receiver, sometimes you are the giver. Every time I mentor people, they give me speeches. I learn a wonderful lesson about a life from them. I learn a wonderful story that they have. I learn an absolutely charming way, something about them. So I learn. You know what? I'm the one who's supposed to teach them, and I'm the one learning. So it's never a mentor-mentor relationship. It's a mentor-mentor relationship. So all the points that I'm talking about will be common for both a mentor and a mentee. The problem for a mentee is to reach out and accept that he needs a mentor. Right? The problem for a mentor is the ego that I'm a big person, why would I reach out to you? So initially I never reached out to Arjun. For first 2 speeches I did not. But he saw it on the club Facebook post saying, this guy has already given a speech and his mentor is not reached out. So he called me, Macha, what da? You're giving speeches without mentor. I'm like, sir, ho jayega. I'll be able to do it. Then Arjun, from the 3rd speech onwards, he made sure he followed up with me. He's a busy man. I don't know how many of you know Arjun. He runs a great training company. He's a very busy man. But he made sure every Thursday night, 9:30 to 10, Arjun used to call me. Every Thursday night. What's about your speech? I never called him. He called me. The first responsibility for you to be a mentor, you reach out if your mentee does not reach out. You reach out. It is your responsibility for someone to grow. Right? So goal setting you do, and then you reach out. Ego. Then comes the third problem. The need. Nobody realizes the need. Of course, I understand the one who needs help would know, okay, I need to improvise. But what's in it for me as a mentor? Do you have a question? What help do I get as a mentor? What is it that I learn as a mentor? Anybody has a question like that? What do I get? Anybody who is wanting to mentor, what do I get? What's in it for me?
Like you said just now, you get to learn from people's own experience.
Learn, more than that, you learn to give. You learn to give. Absolutely. You learn something called as self-satisfaction. I'm not sure how many of you believe in those philosophies. But you have a good night's sleep. Especially when somebody is thanking you from the bottom of the heart, you have a good night's sleep.
You make a difference in someone else's life.
Make a difference.
When you are telling someone to do this way, you want to double make sure yes it works.
No, you do it first and then you tell that person. You can't expect somebody to. Okay, so this is what happened. Just thank you for bringing that up because that sums up. Okay, why did this go off? Okay, good. This is how it works. I did not know that. Yeah. So these are the 2 more points. Okay, and I'll come to that point which you mentioned, which is the next point which I'm deriving after this. So need and the purpose, and the biggest problem is to listen. Neither the mentor listens nor the mentor listens. Remember this. It is not a discussion. Both of you have the same purpose. See, let's say I reach out to Nitin for my speech. What do? My purpose is to improvise a speech. So Nitin gives me a suggestion. I'm wondering why is he giving me a suggestion? This should be done that way. Why should not? Understand this. Your success is his success. His intention is also to improvise my speech. So not many times we don't listen to the mentor. We do what we feel like. So small instance there. When I was doing the speech in 2014, International Speech Contest came. I'm sure we were part of the same division then. And I did a speech about Shri Krishna and Arjuna, where I'm talking about a war field. Yeah, so when I was talking about the war field, the scenario was pretty simple. That is Krishna, that is Arjuna, and Shri Krishna and Arjuna, the scene is where Arjuna tells Shri Krishna whom I am fighting against. So Shri Krishna drives the chariot to the center of the battlefield, tells him, and the Arjuna looks on the other side of the army. That's the scene. So I wrote a speech. I said, okay, Arjuna asked Shri Krishna the dialogue conversation, very nicely wrote. And I reached out to Arjuna. I said, Arjuna, this is the idea. Arjuna said, why not bring some creativity here? Can you enact a horse in this speech? can enact a horse, but is it required? How do I do it? And so Arjun showed me a few of his clippings, and then he said, think about it. And we discussed in the arriving which we came down to. So the scene is like this. The scene is, and I'll show you how it became later. Okay? The scene which I wrote was, Arjuna looks at Shri Krishna and says, show me whom you are fighting against. Shri Krishna drives a chariot to the center of the battlefield, takes it there, stops it. Arjuna gets down, shoulders Shri Krishna. Arjuna looks at the other side. He was scared. That's it. I reached out to Arjun. We polished certain things, and the scene goes like this. When Arjuna looked at Shri Krishna, he told me, show whom we are fighting against. Thrash strikes the chariot. He goes, yours is stop. Stops at the center of the battle. Arjuna gets down. Looks. What was a better way of presenting? Who do you remember forever? The second one? I don't know whether you'll remember me forever, but you'll remember the horse. You'll remember somebody did something. He did a horse on the stage. See, if Arjun wouldn't have, meaning Arjun Raj, my mentor, wouldn't have depicted that it can be done, yeah, I would have never done it. So lead by example. Show your mentees how it's done. It's very easy to say. You know what? Divide the stage into 3 movements: past, present, future. Move here, move there, do this, do that. Boys, going to be pretty simple. Don't do all this. Show it how it is done. Tell your mentees to come to your speech and tell them, okay, you know what? I am doing this here. Lead by example. Similar could be with the mentee. I remember I was talking to Arjun again. I did one of the speech where I sang a song. He said, I never knew you could sing a song in a speech. And after that, most of his speeches is singing songs. You know where that is coming from. Okay, if Arjun sings a song, ask him, you learned it from Allah? But so that's a kind of the relationship we built over a span of time. Right? Anybody has a question till here? No question? Please keep on taking notes in between. I would never be giving you leaflets and stuff which you can have. Right? He's already showing me a yellow card. Don't worry. I have made sure that he gets enough chocolates not to show a red card and stop me. Okay? Clear till here? What stops us? This is what stops us. Let's ask ourselves one question. Why did we join Toastmasters? Why did we join Toastmasters? To improve? Public speaking or better public speaking? Better public speaking. Best public speaking. You need a best mentor.
To enrich our lives.
To enrich your lives. Very nicely.
Keep learning.
Keep learning. Keep growing. Learning and growing.
To remove the stage fear.
To remove stage fear. Certain purpose? Certain purpose? Do you think all these problems we already have amongst us should stop us from achieving our purpose? My purpose is to grow, to learn, to enrich my life. But my purpose is to just remove the stage fright. Whose purpose is that? My purpose. And why should my ego come in? Do I accept that that is my purpose or not? I need to accept it. That's when the need will arise. Once the need arises, you automatically start listening. You will not have your ego coming in the way. What will people think about me? If that's what you would think, what will people think? Your purpose of life will automatically. Right? Then I come down to my next point, which is why mentor? Why mentor? For the span of my life, I realized, so I don't have one mentor, I have mentors. I have mentors. Hell number of mentors. For my one speech, I reach out to different people. Now, not necessarily your mentor should have given more CCs or ACs than you are. Let me be very honest. One of my mentors is a guy who has just finished CC3. I'm at ACB. I finished my ACB, I'm at ACS 4. Yeah, he's just done CC3. But excellent with humor. The humor that he brings in, I have never seen a better comedian than him ever. Be it sarcastic, be it intelligent. Now I can say it's just a CC3. Newbie in the town. ACB. Why should I reach out? I made sure last year's humorous speech contest, I made my speech. I sat with him and I said, you know what? How can I add humor to the speech? First, you were shocked. So was the audience that I reached out to. That's it. Where is it that I can improve? You were shocked because he said, I never expected you because you were humorous already. I said, I want to take it to the next level. CC3. but excellent guy. So leverage on people's strength. I want to improvise. I have to. Right? Why mentor? Or who that person is who becomes a mentor? Right? I have multiple mentors. I have DTM Nitin as my mentor. Thankfully, he is here today. We'll always be grateful to him. Because I don't have a mentor in a speech. I do not have a mentor for I do not have a mentor for a role. I know you, all of you, it starts there. I'll tell you what a mentor is at the end of when I'm done. Yeah? Remind me if I forget it. I have a habit of forgetting my speech. That comes from 4th class. You can't avoid it, right? Why mentor or who is a mentor? One who adds meaning to your speeches, to your roles, or maybe to your life. I don't have mentors for speeches and roles. Now I don't. Multiple people mentor me for multiple things. One who adds meaning. Yeah. Everybody said, I want to improvise on my speech. Adds meaning to your speech. Somewhere we're lacking in something, maybe voice modulation, maybe body language, maybe you dressing up well. Yeah. Anything. Maybe you combing your hair certain way. Maybe you're not delivering what is expected of you. Meaning. Then comes an E in a mentor. It's an escalator. Do you know the difference between an elevator and an escalator? Elevator just takes you up. You know what? Growing in life is not just going up. It's an escalator, floor by floor, slowly and gradually. Who would walk with you hand in hand? Be it a mentor, be it a mentee. You have to hold hands together. For singles out here, just a happy news. Mentor-mentee they got married a few years back. How many of you know, what's the name of the lady and the guy who got married first? Maya and?
Maya and Mahbub.
Mahbub Srivastava and Maya, they're mentor-mentee. They just got married. Happy news for you. Do not have mentor-mentee for getting married, okay? Don't quote this. If you're recording, cut it. They're gonna kill me otherwise. But that's where it all started, right? An escalator, somebody who takes along, slowly and gradually, to your desired goal. It could be just a CC. It could be just me fighting my stage fight, like Aryan said, yes, stage fight. Or it could be just anybody I want to be better at impromptu speaking. Somebody might say I'm here only because I want to give a better presentation. Could be anything. You decide your goal, your mentor will help you. If you or she cannot help you, change your mentor. Ask him, who can I reach? It is a community of more than 300,000 people across the globe. What else do you need? Escalator, and then is a negator who negates few qualities which are not going to be with you to let you grow. While you're on an escalator, it slowly goes up, and then there is a flat surface, then you go to another escalator. It's just much like going on top of the building. It's continuous. So it negates certain aspects which are not letting you grow. Mentor terrifies you. My mentor does. He terrifies me. He is around, I am running away. I am talking about Arjun Rath. Okay, Nitin is not that personality. Nitin is very calm and helpful. Arjun, you should listen to mine and Arjun's conversation. Have you seen two college guys talking? Yeah. Our conversations start with abuses. Our conversations end with abuses. Like abuses. We're very friendly. That's what we have become. If I show this recording to my mentor Arjun Rath, first thing he says, "Tum bakwas session." Even if you got a standing ovation, you're wondering, standing ovation, bakwas ka. What you did, Macha? This he would remember everything, and I with an instance, at 11 seconds. You see what you did? Like 10 minutes, 11 seconds. What? You move like this, you nonsense fellow. Like, that's how I hear. So we found out a common ground. Yeah, don't worry, mentors are sweet here. But if you don't listen, I told him, cost do whatever it takes to take me there. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. Be it abusing me, be it hitting me. So I had a problem clasping my hands. I remember I was giving my CC fight. I was practicing in front of Arjun. So he sat with the gillol, you remember, which you hit, and some rubber balls. Yeah. I said, do whatever it takes, I want to remove this clasp. He said, okay. Every time there is a clasp, there is a gillol and rubber band which will come. I used to have spots on my arms. And slowly and gradually the clasp is gone. Guess what? I'm thankful to him. Because if he wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have ever been able to remove my clasp. So that's a common ground, okay? No mentor hits you here. It's not allowed to. But on a personal front, whatever this is required for you to do. Clarify, optimize it. Whatever I am today, let me quote this. Whatever I am today is only because of my mentors. Every time somebody gives me an applause, deep down within I'm thankful. Last point I have is relationship. I do not have mentors in Toastmasters. Over my span of 3 years in Toastmasters, thanks to God, thanks to everybody where I joined Toastmasters, I today have mentors for life. My life decisions, I reach out to my mentors. Today, what I'll wear, I did check with one of my mentors, how my slides would look like. If somebody noticed who came early to the meeting, I just rushed it to Nitin. I said, you know what, these are the slides I'm going to use. Not because I want somebody to tell me it's okay. He has an eye and he knows my strengths and my weaknesses. And these are stories that I'm using. This is what I'm doing. I'm not checking with them. I know when I'm reaching out to them, this is what is happening to me. My life's getting some meaning added. I'm getting escalated. There are certain things which are negative. Yesterday I was discussing with Nitin in the evening, we were sitting and certain students in negative said, you know, they're not required. I thought they were. They said they were not. Certain students are not going to use in today's session. They said, you know what, why don't we use that? It will be helpful for people to relate. Makes sense? Yeah. He terrifies me, he does sometimes. He optimizes me, and at the end of the day, it's a relationship that takes it further. So remember, when you are a mentor or a mentee, don't let your ego come in between. Accept that you have a problem. Accept that you need somebody to help you through. Yeah, you will definitely find that purpose. Start listening, and when all those things happen, you'll automatically start adding meaning. You're escalating, you're getting everything will happen first. At the end of the day, mentor-mentee is just a relationship. What stops us is ourselves only. Yeah. Any questions so far? I come to the question. My favorite session. We have quick 2 questions I can take, and then we can take it offline because I'm sure all of us are hungry for food, and a lot of people hate me from the bottom of their hearts. I can see from their faces. खाना एक तो बोले जा रहे हैं. I know. I have been there, so. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Either I did an excellent job or I failed terribly and miserably.
Excellent job.
One question I have.
That's okay. Yes, please.
How do you choose a mentor?
How do you choose a mentor? Wonderful. You attend as many meetings as possible. And you find out what is it that you want to do. First is, problem is I want to improve on what. Correct? Identify that problem. Step by step. Second, go to meetings and see who has that quality. Who has that quality. Initially, when you start with Toastmasters, they assign you a mentor. Slowly, gradually, that person makes you comfortable for a couple of speeches. And once you are done, feel free to choose a mentor. The one who has the quality which you want can be your mentor. You want to be better at confidence? You might like somebody's energy. That's a mentor. Yeah? So mentor is not official. It's just a mentor. I learned something from that person. That's a mentor. Simple as that. Yeah? I want to be good in pauses. Reach out to this lady who stopped coming to Toastmasters, Dhanuja. She's in US. Dhanuja, excellent speaker with superb pauses. Yeah? Reach out to Dhanuja. She's still not coming to Toastmasters. I do reach out to her for my speeches. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Our other dear friends say,
Yeah.
by third
Time.
day, just before the session tomorrow, we
Right.
start preparing our
Right.
speeches. And that's how, we don't give time to mentor to
True.
evaluate the things.
Absolutely.
That's how the connection is not growing sometimes. Most of the people end up, even I have ended up like that.
True.
And I prepare just 2 days before or 1 day before, and
Then you don't get time to discuss it.
then I go out at the last just the day before, and he says, "Could have given me little earlier," and little.
You go all places, yeah. True.
So somehow that's not giving me best out of myself and best out of mentor.
So, do you want me to be honest or do you want me to sugarcoat that?
No, be honest.
I'll be honest. It might hurt. It might hurt people across here. Yeah. It is whose fault?
Your fault. Speaker fault.
Who wants to improve? I want to. Yeah. Or do a goal setting with your mentor. 3 months CC. Understand this. I gave CC 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 speeches back to back in 5 days. Back to back in 5 days. Now imagine, would I have got time for mentoring? No. Just before the speech, no. But before the speech, there was ample amount of time where you mentor multiple speeches at a time. So that's something which you can plan on. If your mentor is busy, ask him if you are not available, who would be able to help you. Ask him to delegate it to somebody. If Arjun is not available, if Nitin is not available, they see why I am taking these examples because these people are known to you. Yeah? They'll make sure you reach out to this person. Anmol Garg, how many of you know Anmol Garg? A lot of many people have delegated me to Anmol, saying, you know what, this Anmol will help you with that content. Reach out to the fellow contestants, fellow speakers also. Yeah? It's always possible. I've got my speech mentored before I'm going into a club meeting. Okay, so the role gets cancelled. All the speakers in a meeting get cancelled. Yeah, 15 minutes before the meeting, we come to know no speakers. I said, okay, I'll give a speech. Now I need to discuss with my mentor, right? So I give Arjun a call. I said, Arjun, I need to take 5 minutes. He said, busy. Who could I reach out to? I said, Nitin, a little busy, was in a call. I reached out to somebody else whom I reached out to during that time, Ajay Chitravinda. I just gave him a call. Ajay, boss, need to take 5 minutes going on stage. This is the problem is. This is a project I'm attempting. He says, have you ever had a rough draft about it? I said, this is the idea which I had. Certain pointers. 15 minutes my speech was ready. It was his efficiency to make me efficient. So the resources are always available. Yeah, with us. Do it in advance. Do multiple speeches at a time. Who says one speech at a time? Take one speech at a time. Prepare multiple at a time. With your mentor. Have a time slot. Do Skype. The problem is we say, okay, physically I'm not able to reach out to my mentor. Happens, yeah, Bangalore, you staying in Whitefield, your mentor is in Basangudi. How in the world would you be able to connect ever? Yeah, it's like India, Pakistan. Two different. But Skype, use technology. Do it over phones. Always possible. Yeah. Does that answer your question? And your question also?
Yes.
Anybody else has any question? I'll take last one and then I'll take all the questions offline. Any last question? No questions?
Can you have one speech at the two mentors getting details?
Both of them should know. I have one speech which I gave 2016 International Speech Contest. I got disqualified on time, separate speech altogether. I'm preparing a speech for that. But yeah, you know, one speech I had 6 mentors, each helping me with a different aspect of it, and each of them knew who all the other mentors are. Do simple expectation setting. Boss, I'm reaching out to you for my opening my content. Boss, I want you not to focus on my content at all. I want you to focus on my body languages. I reach out to third mentor. I say, you know what? Only voice modulation. This is my content. This is my body movement. You are not changing it. So I do expectation setting. I require your help only with this aspect. I reach out to the next mentor. You know what? Humor is a little missing in my speech. That's my content. You give me humorous pointers. I reach out to the one who helped me with the content. Will it's going to affect the crux of my speech? A lot of technicalities are there. But hey, you want to become a better speaker, you have to be technically knowledgeable. Okay, you really remember? He said no, it will be in line. So I make him talk to him. So you know what, you guys decide on the content aspect of it in front of me. So that either the crux is affected and I get humor also. After that is done, I again reach out to him. And then there is one final mentor whom I practice in front of, who checks meaning.
So is it that you yourself figured out that these mentors are good at these things and they can
Yes.
help me in this particular direction?
And I ask my mentors also.
Yeah.
And the good part about Toastmasters mentors is people are honest. People, whatever mentors I have had, people are honest. And they tell you to go to the right person. Like I reached out to DTM Nagaraj Rao and he said, sir, humor. He said, you know what, I'm terrible. Go to TK Ramesh. He could have said, I'll help you with humor. And probably my goal wouldn't have achieved. Yeah, I went to DTM TK Ramesh and said, sir, superb content is what I want. Go to Kavya. I can't help you here. I can only help you with making fun. That's superb, sir. So, you know what? They will delegate it to right people. You say, I'm not comfortable with that person. Reach out to my VP and they'll give you a list of mentors. The problem is now I don't reach out. Tell that person, I have a fear of reaching out. The person will reach out to you automatically. Try doing this once. And then there are genuine situations that people are busy. Where you can't help those. Yes, so I chose my mentors. I definitely choose my mentors. Because it's new master. No questions? Any other questions? I'll take them offline. I'm sure all of you are hungry, so am I. Yeah. With that, I end on a last note. Don't be the same. Be better every single day. Have a mentor. But I don't have a mentor for 1 day, 2 days. So these are my email IDs and stuff. If you want to reach out to me, please feel free to. Just a last note. Nobody reminded me I had to tell you about what this. So this is my life. This is your life. It's much like a diya. Yeah? There are a lot of portions of my life which I did not know. Till the time there was an illuminating light called a mentor. Yeah? More I give in, the more it illuminates. And the more darker side of mine goes away. More I discover about myself. So if you ask me what is a mentor-mentor relationship, this is it. I forgot to get the diya, my mentor got it for me. That's a mentor-mentor relationship. Yeah? It illuminates my life. And I'm sure with this I would have been able to illuminate a little in your life. Thank you very much. Don't go.